Welcome. Today, we're exploring how a simple local observation can blossom into a real research question. Often, research doesn't begin in a high-tech lab. Instead, it starts with something small, a pattern you notice in your neighborhood, a repeated change in your environment, or a question that lingers in your mind. These moments of curiosity are the seeds of scientific discovery. Sometimes, you might not even realize you're on the path to research. It's that quiet sense of wonder, the feeling that something doesn't quite add up, that gets the process started. Before you know it, a simple observation can become the foundation for a meaningful investigation. Let's see how this journey unfolds. First, it's easy to brush off a question or ignore a strange pattern. But curiosity has a way of sticking around. Unanswered questions tend to return, each time a little sharper and more persistent. You might find yourself thinking about it at odd moments or noticing new details that deepen your interest. This is when curiosity shifts from a passing thought to a driving force. Simple explanations start to feel incomplete, and you're drawn to look for real evidence instead of just guessing. This stage is where many great research questions are born, when curiosity refuses to go away and pushes you to seek real answers. Real shift happens when you decide to act on your curiosity. Instead of just noticing, you start to observe intentionally. You track patterns, take notes, and pay attention to details that once seemed random. This is where science truly begins. What felt like a coincidence now becomes something measurable. Careful observation turns curiosity into data, and you start to see structure where there was once only confusion. This step is crucial because it transforms a vague question into something you can actually study and understand. It's the bridge between wondering and knowing. As you gather more information, you learn that good research questions aren't broad, they're focused. It's tempting to try to answer everything at once, but the best questions are specific and manageable. By narrowing your focus, you turn confusion into something testable and meaningful. This is where you learn to ask about one variable at a time, making your research more effective and your results more reliable. The process of refining your question is just as important as finding the answer, because it shapes the entire direction of your investigation. Research rarely feels straightforward at the start. You might encounter conflicting sources, uncertainty, and even moments of confusion. But that's completely normal. In fact, confusion is a sign that you're learning and growing. Science is not a linear path. It's full of twists, turns, and unexpected discoveries. The clarity you seek often comes later, after you've worked through the messy parts. Embracing this uncertainty is part of what makes research rewarding and helps you develop resilience and patience. What starts as a local problem often connects to much larger scientific themes. The patterns you notice in your own backyard can reflect global trends and issues. By exploring these connections, you realize that your small question is part of a much bigger picture. Context gives your research meaning, and you begin to see how your work fits into the broader world of science. This realization can be both exciting and motivating, showing you the real-world impact of your curiosity. Doubt is a natural part of the research journey. It's common to question your progress or feel unsure about your results, but confidence grows with each step you take, collecting data, refining your methods, and persisting even when things get tough. Progress, not perfection, is what matters most. Over time, you'll find that consistency and persistence are rewarded, and your confidence as a researcher will grow. Science stops feeling distant and abstract once you participate in it. When you engage with real questions and observations, science becomes personal and accessible. Anyone can be a scientist. Curiosity and observation are all you need. By taking part, you realize that science is woven into everyday life, and your own experiences are valuable contributions to understanding the world. The most valuable lessons often come from the research process itself, not just the results. Along the way, you build critical thinking, patience, and the ability to handle uncertainty. Growth happens during the process, and the skills you develop extend far beyond science. Learning to be comfortable with discomfort is a key part of becoming a resilient and thoughtful researcher. Small, local observation can truly become a meaningful research question. Curiosity is what turns ordinary moments into opportunities for discovery, changing not only how you see science, but also how you see yourself. Remember, big ideas often start small, and every question you ask is a step toward greater understanding. Science begins with asking why, and your curiosity is the spark that lights the way. And that brings us to the end of today's breakdown. Thank you so much for joining this exploration of how local observations can lead to real scientific research. Remember, your curiosity is powerful. Keep asking questions and exploring the world around you. I hope you found this helpful and inspiring. See you in the next video.